with numbers in between. So I have 19 to 22. I want to figure out what will go here. Does anyone know what numbers will go between 19 and 22?
20.
20 and
21.
21. Thank you. So when after you do that, make sure to count it so that you make sure it makes sense. 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, next I have 48 to 51. So 48 all the way to 51. What will come after 48?
48, 49,
49, then
50.
50, and it finishes with 51. So make sure you always count it after to make sure that it makes sense. All right. All right, so today we're going to learn about how to split a shape in half. Okay, so whenever we divide something in half, does anyone know what that means whenever you have to divide a shape in half?
No.
You know what it means? Okay. Okay, Kenley, what you have?
Split it in half.
Yes, whenever you split it in half. Okay, but what does it mean to split in half? How do I do that? How do I do that? Okay, Naraya?
Split a line in the middle.
Yes, split a line down the middle. So whenever you want to split a shape in half, what that means is to put a line down the middle. So all you do is just put a line straight through like this. That's how you split something in half. Half means 2. Anytime the book tells you to split something in half, that means you need to cut it into 2 pieces. Now, it's not only just cut it into 2 pieces, but you also want to make sure that your 2 pieces are equal. I mean, your 2 sides are equal. Because we could put a line down the middle anywhere, right? I could like do a line, say if I did it again, and I put the line here. I did split it into 2 pieces, but this is not half because it's not equal. They're not the same size. So whenever you split something in half, you want to make sure that you're splitting it equally on the same side, that both sides have the same amount, okay? So splitting in half means to split it down the middle. Okay, let me do it again here. So do you have a loose leaf paper ready?
Yes, I do. What is this? Yes. So you mean just a blank piece of paper?
Yes.
Like the front is blank and the back is blank?
Yeah, that's fine.
Like this?
Mm-hmm.
Because not like this, because we already used this.
I need your pencils. Go ahead and get them. I just said it. I don't know.
But I said I could take those.
Josh. Okay, so go ahead and draw a square on your paper. A square. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I draw my square.
Okay, and with your square, could you divide it in half? Divide your square in half.
So cut it through the line through?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like right here. Half means 2, so you cut it into 2 pieces.
Miss Fulgence, are they?
Yes, I know. I see. I'm looking.
They're mine are equal too?
Yes. Okay, good. So we divided our square into halves. So you'll see this in your book. It'll ask you to divide something in half, and that's exactly what you do. So tomorrow's pages in your book, you have these apples. That'll be in your book on 19 and 19A. So what we're going to do in class tomorrow, and you could do it at home as well, we're actually going to have apples, and we're going to cut them so that we could, you know, cut the seeds, count the seeds and everything, okay? So I will have a video of it if you want to do it at home. If not, then you can just make up your own amount of seeds. But if you have an apple, that's a part of the page tomorrow, just to let you know when you see it in the page, in the book tomorrow, you'll know exactly what it is. It's going to be an apple split in half, and it'll have seeds on both sides, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, so that's it for math. We just went over our pennies, counting in between numbers and half. Math is super easy right now. It'll pick up eventually, but for now, it's super easy. Stuff that we already know. All right, let's go ahead and move on to writing. You'll need a paper for writing for our sentences.
Well, I already have a paper for that.
Okay. I can use the other side with the lines. All right, so remember this week in writing, we are learning how to capitalize proper nouns of people inside of our sentences. Remember, a proper noun is when we give the person their special name, their first name. It is called a proper noun, okay? So whenever we see proper nouns of people, meaning their first name, inside of the sentence, we have to capitalize it. Of course, if it's starting the sentence off, we already know to capitalize it. But I mean, if it's in the middle of the sentence, you make sure to say, oh, that's someone's name. Let me capitalize their name. So let's look at number one. It says Lauren and Taylor went camping. Let me read it again. Lauren and Taylor went camping. What are the proper nouns in this sentence? Who are the proper nouns in the sentence?
Was it Taylor?
Lauren and Taylor, yes. So how should I write their names when I begin to write the sentence? With a capital letter. Both names. Let me look at it again. Lauren and Taylor went camping. Go ahead and write that on your paper, number one. Write it down correctly.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Lauren.
Check your seat, Zach. Check your box. It has to be somewhere in here. Try to find it first. Okay, are we ready? Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. All right, I'll give it a little more time, maybe another 30 seconds. Yes. 1 second. Who's reading book inside the thing? Yes, we need to list of papers, create sentences with your words. I'm sorry, create sentences with your words. Yeah. All right, let's go over it. Okay, so number 1 says Lauren and Taylor went camping. How should I have written this sentence the correct way? How should it look when I write it down correctly? Would anybody like to tell us? Okay, go ahead, Faith. What should I do?
You have to capitalize the name.
Right here. Okay, capitalize the first letter L. What's next?
And
T. And the T in Taylor. And then I finish with A. What do I put at the end?
a period.
Period. Awesome. So yes, make sure when you write it that you capitalize your first letter, yes. But you also capitalize the name Taylor. That is a girl's name. Or it could be boys, but it's a girl's name in this case. Want to make sure to capitalize it. All right, number 2. Jan gave Beth a gift. Again, Jan gave Beth a gift. So we know Jan is a name, but what's our other name in here? Beth. So how should I write Beth? With a capital letter. So go ahead and write number 2. I'll give you a little time. Jan gave Beth a gift. You found it? Jan gave Beth a gift. That's number 2. Okay, so Jan gave Beth a gift. Okay.
Yeah, but number 3 and there's kind of underlined stuff. Wait, I think you're going to do our own thing.
Okay. Any not yet? Yes, no?
Yes.
Almost? Okay.
I'm writing big. I didn't have the time to do more names.
Okay.
What? I'm done.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, about 20 more seconds. Okay, let's go over this one. All right, awesome. Okay, Jan gave Beth a gift. Okay, would anyone like to tell me how to write this sentence correctly? Go ahead, Dennis. You have to unmute first. Unmute first. Okay.
You put capital letter.
Okay, capitalize the first letter. Okay.
You put capital letter at the other name.
Okay, which is this? Beth.
Yes.
Okay, capitalize that B in Beth and
Put period.
yes, and then put a period. Awesome. Did everyone do that? Capitalize your first letter, capitalize Beth's name, and then finish with the period. Good. All right, so there is a number 3, but you will do it on your own. So remember, we did learn how to write sentences last week.
Told you.
Whenever we create a sentence, we have to have a who the sentence is about, a person, and then what they are doing. So since we're doing proper nouns this week, I want you to think of someone's name. You can say your own name, but you can think of someone's name and write a sentence about them, and then we'll share. Everyone will share, okay? You can make up a name if you want to make up a name as well. You can use your name, you can use someone in your family's name, a friend's name, or you can just make up a name, pick the who, and then write something about them, what they're doing. Remember, that's how we write a complete sentence. Who
Teacher.
and what? Who and what is what you have to make sure to have in your sentence. Yes?
I can't see the number 3 sentence.
No, there isn't a sentence for number 3. That's what I was explaining. You have to make your own sentence up for number 3. So you have to pick a person's name and write a sentence about them.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so number 3, you're creating your own sentence. Pick a person's name, proper noun name, write a sentence about them. Have your who and what they are doing. Don't. Okay, I'll give about another minute and then we'll share sentences.
I got it. Thanks. Thanks.
Could we not do that, please? Thank you. USE. Okay, let's go ahead and share our sentences. Okay, Avaya, you can go ahead and share yours.
I still copy this. So on mine, it says, Avaya will play with his dog.
Good. Avaya will play with his dog. His proper noun is Avaya. Good. Okay, Joshua, do you have yours?
Yes.
Okay.
I am 6. Joshua's play with my dad PlayStation 4.
Okay, so you did 2 of them? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the one with Joshua, your name in it, that's, yeah, proper noun. Good. Okay, Dennis, you have yours?
That's the only thing I can think of. Mom gave me a present.
Okay, that is a great sentence, but I don't have a proper noun. Could you try again for me? Because on the test tomorrow, I'll ask for a sentence with a proper noun. So just try again. I'll come back to you. Okay, let's do those in class. Okay, Naraya, what's yours?
I told Mom because
Good. I love my mom because she gives me candy. That's good, but I don't have a proper noun of a person. So mom is a noun, but it's a common noun. So you have to give a proper noun. Yes. And okay, Faith.
Faith went to school.
Good. Faith went to the store, is it?
No, school.
School. Good. That is a proper noun. Your name. Okay, Kinley?
Wyatt and me is Playing.
Good. Naraya and I are playing. Good. Awesome. Proper noun is Naraya's name. Go ahead, Caitlin.
Tom is in the box.
Who? Tom? Okay, good. Proper noun is Tom is in the box. Awesome. Good job. So this is exactly what the test will be like on tomorrow. You'll have some sentences to correct as usual, and then you'll have to create your own, but the one you create has to have a proper noun on the inside of it, okay? Yes, it can have a noun, but make sure that it's a proper noun, okay? Proper noun is the special name, their first name. All right, good. All right, let's keep moving. Let's go ahead on to language. Oh, sorry, before we move for that, my bad. Today we're learning letter S, if you didn't do it already. But yes, we have letter S today. I'll go over it. So everything on the board is in print right now, but eventually Miss Lugis will move to strictly cursive. So make sure that you're learning all your letters and that you're practicing, because you'll not only will you have to start writing in cursive, but you'll have to read it in cursive. So just keep that in mind to make sure you're practicing your letters, because eventually everything is going to move to cursive, okay? All right, so letter S. All right, so letter S this is lowercase s as well. Okay, it starts on the red line and it does not go above the middle line. So make sure to stay inside of that area that letter S is in. So the very first thing you do with letter S is you're going to curve. You start on the red line. I'm sorry, make sure you're touching the red line. You curve and you stop at the middle line, okay? You stop there. Let me do it again. You're going to curve up, stop. Then you're going to curve down to back to the red. Then you're going to close the S, come back, kick it out. Okay?
That looks like right.
Let me show it again. Curve up, curve all the way down, close it, kick it out. And your kick out is usually what you use to connect, like when you're going to start to connect the letters to S. Okay? So like, for example, if I'm connecting SA, I'm going to do my S. Make sure you can see me. S. Curve my S. Close it. I come out. So then I'll do my A. Now remember, with A, we go halfway. We come back around. Go all the way down. Close it. Come down. Kick it out. So remember, that's what makes connecting A and O different. You go halfway first. Then you come back. Did Ms. Romar teach you that last year? Yes, I believe she did. Okay, and then we have S-O. You do your S, curve up. You're going to close it, come all the way down. And then you do it halfway, come back around, and finish O. Okay? So S-A and S-O, just remember you always go halfway first, then you come back around. And this is how we write letter S. But yes, this is how we write letter S, so you'll practice that in your book. And I know a lot of it is review, but just make sure that you're practicing the letters if you haven't done letter S, okay? All right, let's go ahead and do let's do reading. We didn't do reading yesterday. Let's do it today. So get your Fun with Pets book out.
Oh, new paper.
All right, did you bring that book back? Did you bring? Yeah, but is your other one okay?
My mom is still letting me dry.
She's still letting you what?
Excuse me, Miss Blugins.
Okay, yes.
What page are we on?
That's what I was about to get to. Yes, I was getting our class. But yes, today we are on page 95. So we'll be finished with this book probably next week. Then we'll move on to Tiptoes. That's our second book. That's gonna be the reading. That's the page.
Oh, I found it. I already been on
95. So yesterday's story was about Zeke and the flea on yesterday. Did everybody read about Zeke and the flea?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait. 95.
Yes, 95. And it's gonna be about I like pigs, about Mike and what he likes, his favorite animal.
90.
Everybody has their book? Just want to make sure if I need to put it on the screen or not.
Got it. I don't have it.
You don't have, okay, I have to put it up on the screen.
How do you send that under?
Okay, so I like pigs, page 95. Is everyone ready?
Yes,
In
ma'am.
class? Still finding the page, okay? No, she's gonna get it. Let her get it. Thank you. Hold on one second.
Almost Oh yeah. We had 100.
Caitlin, could you find your page? Thank you. 95. All right, I did ask you not to do that because she was going to get it on her own. Okay, let's go ahead. I like pigs. Would anybody like to read for us? Okay, go ahead, Avaya, page 95.
My name is Mel.
Well, look at the name. So that I have a long vowel I and a silent E. So try that name again.
My name is Mike.
Good.
I like the goats and the
Wait, slow down. Slow down a little bit. So I like the, look at that C.
the cats
Yes.
and dogs
Mm-hmm.
God made. I like the hens and the ducks and
Look at the vowels. Look at your vowels. That's 2. Well, it's actually 3, but 2. So make sure you say the long sound.
E. Green.
Not grr, just g. E.
E. Geese.
Good. Can you start that sentence over for me? I like the hens.
I like the hens and ducks and geese in he made.
Good.
But I like the pigs the best.
Very good. Okay, so we're introduced to our character. His name is Mike. And so he says he likes all the animals, but which animals does he like the best? Pigs. Does anybody like pigs the best?
Yeah, at the Bahamas they have
Yes.
baby pigs. I do not like
Okay,
pigs.
cool. No, you don't? Well, you know. Okay. All right, let's turn to page 96. Well, Mike said that's his favorite. So, okay, 96. All right, so we'll do half. I'll split 96 into 2. Okay, let's see. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dennis. You'll read. I'm going to tell you when to stop, and I'll have someone to do the rest. Okay? Oh, you're on mute?
Well, not it. My pet pig is fat and sleek. He likes to lie in the mud. He will not stuck in the mud.
Okay, you can stop there. You can stop there. Sorry. Okay, good. So how does his pig look? He is what? Fat. He's fat and sleek. That's what he said. And what does his pig like to do?
Lay in the mud.
Lay in the mud. Yeah, that cools him off. That's why they like the mud. Okay, let's keep reading on 96. Does anyone in class know where we are?
96.
Okay, go ahead, Faith. No, he read that.
Miss Flutens, you're on mute.
I know, I was speaking to them in class. Okay, go ahead, Faith.
He likes to play.
Good, you can keep going to 97.
I made my pig flying to I got a tail to him. He eats some
Up. Can you hear her reading or not really? A little? Okay. Okay, she had read 96 and 97. So he talked about his pig and how his pig likes to play. What did Mike make for his pig? What did he say he made for his pig on 97? It's the first sentence. Let's read it again. I made my pig a fine pig pen. I got a pail to feed him. He eats husk and grain. He digs up nuts. So again, what did Mike make for his pig?
a pig.
A pig pen, right? And so what did he feed his pig?
What is a pig?
It's like a cage that they live in. It's just called a pen. Okay, what did he feed him? It's on 97, guys. Husk and grain. And he also digs up nuts. Okay, let's go to 98.
Can I read this one?
Yes, Avaya, yes, you can read because you've been reading with us and paying attention. And I did not have to say, hey, find the page. Thank you for online students for focusing. Go ahead, 98.
My pig is not a neat pet, but he is mine and I like him. I am glad God made pigs.
Good. And so is his pig neat? Is he a clean pet? No, but does Mike still like his pets?
Yes.
Yes, Mike still loves his pet and he's happy that God made pigs. Okay, so that's our story on today about Mike and what his favorite animal is, and it's a pig, and we talked about what he does for his pig. And though the pig is not everybody's favorite, it is Mike's favorite. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get out your science.
Science
I
book?
will be able to cover everything today.
Like science book?
Yes. Science is the green one. It says Discovering God's World on it. It's green. It has like a green cover.
This?
Yes. Okay, so I think
But Ted's ants are crawling on it. I see a water bug. You see a water bug.
A water bug on the book? Mm-hmm.
Yep, and some ants.
Yes, and we'll talk about ants and other insects too. That's not the page I was talking about. That's Bible, Carly. I was talking about the science and social studies. The other one I had gave you.
You mean this one?
Yes, I was talking to in-class students. We're on page 12.
Page 12.
Yep, 12.
Oh, that looks nice. Look. You see, Miss Ludens?
Yes, yep, that is beautiful.
What is that anyway?
Yes, but
That's very
page 12. Yes.
I'm not on it yet.
Okay, that's okay. I'm waiting.
Oh boy, a person fell. Page 12. I found 12. It
Start with
says
the first one.
my eyes, the light of my body. Right?
That's what it says. All right, so let's get started. So in science, we are going to begin what's called the 5 senses. We have 5 senses total, okay? These senses help us to understand what's going on around us. We can feel and see and hear and understand everything that goes on around us because of these 5 senses that the Lord gave us. So we'll get started with our first one, which is sight, right? We have our eyes, and our eyes give us sight. We can see because of our eyes. So let's go ahead and talk about it on page 12. My eyes, the light of my body. My eyes are one of God's wonderful gifts to me. My eyes tell me what is going on all around me. I use my eyes to read, to work, to have fun, and to find my way around. So our eyes, we know, are super important. That's why it's called like the light of our body, because our eyes tell us what's going on. Everything that we see around us is because of our eyes. If we had no eyes, we wouldn't be able to see, right? So whenever God did create our eyes, he made them perfect just the way that they are. He thought about everything and every part of where our eyes are and how he made them. He made it all perfect so that it could be safe, number one, but also so that it could work the right way. So God did not place our eyes too close together or too far apart. He placed our eyes perfectly in the front of our face. That's where everybody's eyes is, right? God put them just far enough apart to let me see things far away and to see things close. So he placed our eyes in the perfect spot on our face so that we could see things both far and to see things close up. Okay, let's look at 13. Let's talk about how God also takes care of our eyes. God knew my eyes would be very important to me when he made them. He planned a way to protect them. The bones in our head are called the skull, right? Can everybody touch their skull? Right? This bone that's in your head is called the skull, and your eyes are inside of that. The reason your eyes are inside of the skull is because the skull protects your eyes. Say if someone is throwing a ball one day and it hits you in the head, does your eye fall out?
No.
Absolutely not, right? No, your skull kind of stops the ball from injuring you. Now, you may get hit in the eye and you'll have to close it, but still, again, your eye does not completely, become damaged, right? Well, yeah, it doesn't. So your skull is what protects your eyes. And so you can feel your skull if you go like underneath your eyes, if you go all around here, You can feel the skull. It protects your eyes, okay? We also have what's called our eyelids, right? If the wind is blowing and we see dust coming, what can we simply do? Close your eyes so that the dust does not get inside of your eyes. That's because your eyelids were made for that. You close your eyes and dust will not be able to get inside of it. That's why the Lord made our eyelids. And then when we go to sleep as well, we close our eyes, right? So we have our eyelids. Okay, we're still on 13. My eyelashes. Everybody has eyelashes, right? See your eyelashes? They keep most dust from getting in your eyes. So not only does your eyelids protect things from getting inside of your eyes, but your eyelids also catch the dust to make sure that it doesn't go inside of your eye. So you see, God made every single part of your eye special and important. That's how we know we have a creator. He took time with each part to make sure that your eyes were safe and that they were protected. Okay, let's go to 14. Let's go to page 14. Okay, so if you didn't know, we have tears in our eyes always, right? Now, tears come out whenever like we're filled with emotion, like when we're sad or if we're angry or if we're excited sometimes or if we're laughing a lot. Sometimes tears come out, but tears are inside of your eyes always. If you have a mirror at home, you can go and look inside your eye and you'll see that your eye is kind of wet. Well, that's because that's tears that are inside of your eyes. The job of the tears are to keep your eyes moist, okay? They keep your eyes wet. That's why we can roll our eyes around and look around because they're wet and so they're able to move around. Now, if we did not have tears in our eyes would become super dry. You don't want to have dry eyes. If you have dry eyes, they will burn. They will be red and they will burn a lot. So that's why we have those tears in our eyes because they keep the eyes moist. Moist means wet. They keep the eyes moist and wet so that they're not dry. Another way, so how do tears spread? Every time you blink, right? Now, we don't have to think about blinking, right? That's just something that our body naturally does. Like how we breathe, how our heart is beating. Blinking is one of those things that God made our body to do on its own. So we blink, we don't even think about it. Now we're thinking about it, so we're blinking. But when you forget to blink, your body tells you blink. Every single time you blink, tears are spreading in your eyes. Every single time you blink, those tears are moistening your eyes up so that your eyes are wet. So that's why we blink, so that those tears can spread, right? So the Lord knew. He gave us the eyelashes, he gave us eyelids, he put tears in our eyes, he made us blink so that the tears could spread. We have a creator that made us just like this. Okay, let's look at 15, how to take care of our eyes, because yes, God did give us eyes, but we have a part to play as far as taking care of our eyes. So God is wise. So one thing we should not do is rub our eyes, right? So sometimes we might have to rub them, but just make sure your hands are clean if you rub your eyes, okay? Make sure that your hands are clean. We don't want to rub our eyes. Like say we were just playing outside and then we just start rubbing our eyes. We don't want to do that, especially if we were touching a lot of things. Why? Because germs spread that way and you could also get stuff inside of your eye and we don't want that. So make sure, if you rub your eye, either get a tissue to rub it with or wash your hands before rubbing your eyes. Next, do not run with sharp things in your hands, like a pair of scissors or like a knife. I don't know if you use knives, but if you have a knife or a fork or a pencil, don't run with those things. You shouldn't run with things in your hand at all. You should walk unless, you have to, but walk so that it doesn't fall, because if you fall and those sharp things are in your hand, it's going to injure you and you don't want that. And then we should also try to make sure that every time we read or do work that we have a lot of light so that we could see. We don't want to strain our eyes and we can't really see. So if it's dark, try to find a light. If you don't have a light, just go outside where the sun is out where you could be able to see, okay? So that's our eyes, and it gives us the sense of sight. We are able to see because of our eyes. So that's your science lesson on this week on your eyes, okay? How does that sound?
Good.
Good. All right, let's go ahead on to social studies. My America, my world. Okay. We'll continue to talk about some symbols. We're on page 14, 14.
Got it. I want the eagle one. Got it.
Okay, page 14. I'm not sure if you guys are talking to me. Everybody's on mute, so I don't know if anyone's saying anything.
I'm on page 14. We're
Okay.
just talking about eagles, Miss Flugence.
Yeah. You were? Page 14, the bald eagle. So remember last week we discussed symbols in America, and a symbol is a reminder. When we have a symbol, it reminds us of something. So last week we talked about the flag. When we see the flag, we know that it's for our country, America. And we also talked about the Great Seal, which is something that the president uses to sign laws. So let's talk about some more symbols in America. Okay, we have the bald eagle. So if you remember on the Great Sale last week, there was a picture of an eagle there, and I told you that's like the American bird, an eagle. So let's talk about the eagle. So did you see the eagle on the Great Seal? The bald eagle is another symbol of the United States. The eagle is known for strength and courage. So eagles are known for being strong birds, and they are very courageous birds, which they are. And so because eagles are strong and courageous, that is the bird for America. Actually, every country and every state, like in the United States, has a bird. Like in Louisiana, our state bird is the pelican. So that's just something maybe you could ask your parents to help you figure out your state bird for your state. So America, our country, the bird is an eagle because it's for strength and courage. So a bald eagle weighs about 8 pounds. That's how much an eagle could weigh. That's pretty heavy for a bird. We're used to seeing like little sparrows, maybe even a little seagull or something, but bald eagles, they can weigh up to 8 pounds. So they are really big birds. And they're about 40 inches long. So that's like over 3 feet. Yeah. So they're over 3 feet tall. So yeah, they're pretty big. So if you see one flying, you know, you might be like, ooh.
Me?
When it flies, its wings can spread out to be about 8 feet long. That's how long their wings are. Now, 8 feet, that's like taller than a man, like a full-grown man. That 8 feet is like really, really tall. Might be like two, maybe a man and maybe a kid or something put together. I don't know, but 8 feet is pretty big. So when eagles spread out their wings, it's 8 feet long. So now imagine a bird like that. That is much. So an eagle, what's cool about them is like they can like flap their wings like once and just glide. So that's what's amazing about eagles is that they don't have to kind of do like a lot of, I mean, they could, but I'm saying like most birds, they have to keep flapping, you know, but eagles, they can do like one good flap and they can just keep going. Yeah, so eagles are really cool. And so that's why this is the American bird, because of what, what and how they're strong and courageous. Okay, has anyone seen an eagle before? Like if you went to a zoo maybe, or one flying around maybe?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yes or no? Just yes or no? So yes, so yeah, have you been to a zoo? Have you seen one before? Yes?
No.
You never seen an eagle?
No.
Okay.
I have.
Well, yeah, I mean, some people have, some people haven't. I can't hear you. It's on mute.
But I didn't see so when I had the eagle, when I saw the eagle, it was right next to me.
Oh, wow, really?
It's bigger than me. And let me tell you on its head.
Okay, wow, wow. Yes, eagles are really powerful birds, and yes, you could see them, and that's good that you were able to see some of them. And so eagles also, like most birds eat like nuts and berries. No, they can like catch like foxes and deers and goats. Like that's how powerful they are. They could like hunt those types of things. So you see why America chose this bird, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's the bald eagle. Let's go to page 15 and let's talk about another symbol, which is the Liberty Bell. So the Liberty Bell is an old bronze bell that is very dear to our country. It is actually older than our country. Excuse me, that's how old the Liberty Bell is. Now, this bell is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania is a state. I'm going to show you on a map here so that you can see exactly where Pennsylvania is. And whenever we do like our world tour, you'll see a lot of more of these places. We'll visit a lot of different states. So this is America's map. So this is Pennsylvania right here. See right here, the purple? Pennsylvania. I'm going to show you how in one second. Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania has a city called Philadelphia, just like our school and the church is named that. Well, there's a city in Pennsylvania called Philadelphia. Okay, that's Pennsylvania right here. Okay, so that is actually where the Liberty Bell is. So if you ever visit Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, you can go and see the Liberty Bell. Has anybody been to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania?
No. No.
No? Okay. So maybe one of these days you'll be able to go there and see it. So so the Liberty Bell, it was rung to declare that America was a free country. So after the Revolutionary War, where America fought for their independence, the War of Independence, it was also called that too. Whenever America fought for their freedom, after the war was over, America was no longer under control by England. So to declare that they were a free country, remember I told you about the Declaration of Independence, that letter they wrote? Well, the Liberty Bell was one of the things that they did to show that they were a free country. They rung the bell, okay? Now, the Liberty Bell, because it's so old, and if you look on the picture on page 15, you see there's a crack in it. It does not ring anymore. So you can't go and ring the bell. You just can see it. Like if you ever visit to see it, you can, just look at it. But it doesn't ring anymore because of that crack. So what I would like you to do for a bonus this week on your test is to find out what happened to it. How did it crack? There are so many reasons why, but I want you to ask your parents to help you figure out why the Liberty Bell is cracked. What happened? Why did it crack? Why doesn't it? And it doesn't ring anymore because of the crack. So that's what you can do. I asked that on the test on Friday as a bonus. What happened to the Liberty Bell? Why did it crack? Okay, so you figure that out. But yes, so it doesn't ring anymore because of this crack. So the Liberty Bell is bronze. That's why it's that color, which is brown. And there's a scripture on it, which is Leviticus 25:10. It says, proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. And that is just what the bell did. And so every time they would hear the Liberty, every time you hear about the Liberty Bell, you know that it was rung to declare that America was free. So a Liberty Bell is about 3 feet tall. That's how tall it is, but it weighs over 2,000 pounds. So that's really heavy. So that's not just a bell we can just pick up easy and just no, it's really, really heavy. So it's 3 feet tall and it's over 2,000 pounds. Now the crack in it is about 2 feet long. So that's why too it doesn't ring, because the crack almost covers the whole thing. You can see it on the picture, like the crack is almost to the top of the bell, right? So of course it's not going to ring anymore because of that crack. So they did ring it another time before the crack. So they rung it to declare that we were free, but they also rung it again in 1846 for George Washington's birthday. But not long after, it ended up cracking and it no longer rings anymore. Okay, so that's the Liberty Bell. Okay, so those are our 2 symbols this week: the bald eagle, which is the bird for our country, and the Liberty Bell, which was rung to declare that America was free. And liberty also means freedom, so that's why it's called the Liberty Bell, or you could say the Freedom Bell. Okay, how does that sound? Good. All right, awesome. All right, so we can put this away. We have 2 more lessons and then we'll be done. So we actually will be able to complete everything today.
And then
we'll
go back home.
Well, not home, but
We gotta go outside and stuff. We still never ate. Yeah. Oh, you don't have to eat over here. We can eat at home.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to some language.
Students. Do we have to too? Miss Fusion?
Yes.
Do I need to get my language book?
No, the language that we're doing in class, like the nouns, is different from the language book. The language book kind of goes with phonics, but the language that we do nouns is something different. So that's what we'll cover today. So yeah, and your pages you'll do after our Zoom.
This one page, that's why it says no. It's Fulgence.
All right, so let's talk about nouns. So what is a noun? What is first grade?
A noun is name of a person, place. A noun is name of a person, place, thing, or idea.
Awesome. A noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or idea. So last week we covered nouns of persons. Okay. So what are the 2 types of nouns?
Common noun and proper noun.
Good. Common and proper. So remember, common means that anyone can have the name. It's not specific to just one particular person, but anyone can have the name. But when it comes to proper nouns, that is the special first name. So last week we covered nouns of people. Could you give me some common nouns of people? Just tell me some of them.
Mom.
Mom.
Sister.
Brother.
Dad.
Cousin. Dad. Uncle. Aunt. Niece.
Auntie.
Grandma. Grandpa. What about people with jobs?
Workers.
Firemen. Police officer.
Doctor.
Doctor. Good. Awesome. So now, could you give me some proper nouns of people? Their special names.
Sam. CJ. Isaiah. Gabriel.
Miss
Wanda.
Lucian.
Wait, did you say Wanda? Officer Sam.
What you say, Sam?
Officer Sam.
Okay, Officer Sam Jones, Dr. Jones. Good. So I think we have that mastered. Awesome. Let's go ahead and move on to places today.
What did you say, Miss Legends?
I'm addressing in-class students real quick. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to places, okay? So, of course, just like we did persons, we'll do common and proper nouns of places. So I'm gonna put common on one side, just like I did last week, and we'll do proper, okay? So it's the same exact thing, except now we're talking about places, okay? So whenever we say a common noun of a place, that means any place can have this name. It is not the actual name of the place, but any place can be named this. Okay? So let's practice. So what are some places we can visit? And any place can have this name. It's not when we name the place. Any place can have this name. Think about it. Where are some places you go to?
MMA.
In the hotel.
MMA.
Someone said the park. Okay.
And the
MMA.
MMA. Is that like a sport you do?
No, it's
Scandia?
It's when it's mixed with taekwondo and karate.
Yeah, that's like fighting. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's it's called MMA. We put MMA up there because there's different types of MMAs.
Yes. So now, yeah, it is different types of mixed martial arts. But what you could do is if you put that, like use it as a proper noun to give the name of the place. Okay.
It's legit.
Joshua.
School.
Yes, school is a common noun. There are so many schools, so many parks, so many schools.
Sparring.
India.
What you said, Avaya? I didn't hear.
Scandia.
Wait. Y'all are both
Sparring.
saying the same thing at the same time. Hold on, Dennis. Go ahead, Avaya.
Sparring.
Okay, but sparring is not a noun. That's actually a different part of speech. So we're talking about places. So we said park, school, common noun. Okay, your home. Okay.
I know.
What else?
Louisiana.
That's not a common.
Scandia.
A church.
School.
When you say a church.
Office.
An office. Okay, so park. So I'm gonna just give you some. So park, school, a church. When we say a restaurant.
Scandia.
You saying India?
Scandia.
Scandia. Okay, is that a name of a place?
Yes.
That's a proper noun.
The game place.
Remember, common is whenever any place can have that name. So like when I say park, we're not naming which park. We're just saying we're going to the park. When I say school, I'm not naming the school. When I just say I went to school yesterday, that's common because I could be talking about any school. Same thing for church and restaurant. When I just say I went to the restaurant with my family, we didn't name it. If we're not naming it, given the actual name of the place, it's a common noun, okay? So we have park, school, church, restaurant, library. When we say library, that's a common noun, okay? When we say gas station, I went to put gas at the gas station.
School.
We are not, yes, I do have school. When
I
we're
have
not naming the place,
school.
it's a proper noun. When we don't name the place, when we just say overall what it is, what place we went to, okay? So we have
It's
park,
school.
school, church, restaurant, library, gas station, store. We have store. There are so many stores. We're not naming the store, so it's a common noun. Okay? So if you have a little slip paper, I need you to write this down. This is what you need to know.
I don't have any more loosely papers exclusions.
Okay.
There it goes. Exclusions.
Somebody called you.
I have it. Yes, that's okay. But you can go back over the video, so that's fine. Come inside. The one word in each one, okay?
Now what do I do next? Bit of pee-pee. Please, stop saying.
Okay, so that's common nouns of places. What? No, just go get your own.
I get my own.
Okay, so these are common noun of places. So we have park, school, church, restaurant, library, gas station, store, and there's so many others like state, city. All of those are common nouns of places, okay?
Can put this candy away.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take these common nouns and let's turn them into proper nouns. So remember, common means that any place can have the name. Proper is when we take that common and we give it an actual name. Just like when we would say mom, and then when we gave mom her name, that was a proper noun. Proper and places are the same thing. So we'll take the common and turn it into a proper noun. So park. Does anyone have the name of an actual park that you could go to? Wait. Anyone knows the name of a park that you may have gone play to before? No?
Wait, I do.
Okay.
Long Beach Park.
Long Beach Park. Okay, so that's a proper noun because now you gave the park a name. Good. Do you have a name?
Louisiana Park.
Let's say Acadiana Park. Okay. Next we have school. School is common. Let's turn school into a proper noun. What can I say?
Preschool. Preschool.
Well, the name of the school, like what the school is called.
Preschool.
Well, that's well, it's not named preschool. That's like the grades. Like when you do like lower grades, it's called preschool. But when I say the name of the school, like what the actual name of the school is, like our name is Philadelphia Christian Academy. So that's a proper noun. Philadelphia Christian Academy. So school was the common noun. We turned it into the proper noun by giving the school an actual name. Okay, we have church. What would be the proper noun name of a church? The special name of a church. Okay, someone said Philadelphia Christian Church.
Long Beach Church.
Okay, yep, that's one too. You just have to give it its name, the special name.
Long Beach Park.
Yeah, I have it. Okay, so next is restaurant.
Church.
Next is restaurant. So if we have, there's so many restaurants that we can go to. Let's name some of them. What are some names of some restaurants?
Biology. Biology. Biology.
Biology?
Yes.
Okay. Someone, okay, biology. Someone said Burger King.
That's one of my favorite pizza place.
Yeah.
Biology.
Biology. Oh, now I know what you said now. Okay. What are some other restaurants? Where do you like to get food from?
Miss Lugens, I have one.
Okay.
Chinese food.
Okay, what's the name?
Chinese.
Well, yes, but you see, the name, you have to actually name the restaurant. So the type of food is Chinese, but what's the name of the restaurant? So what's the you have a different restaurant? Tony's. Okay, Tony's. Good. Guys, wait to write. Wait. Okay. So restaurant, Burger King, Biology, Tony's. We can say McDonald's. We can say Chick-fil-A. We can say Cane's, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Taco Bell. These are all restaurants. Okay. Library. Library is a common noun. Let's give the library a name. Anybody has a library?
No, I've never even been to a library.
You never been? That's okay. So we can just say Lafayette's Library, or we can say Library of Congress, which is the world's largest library.
Long Beach Library.
Okay, that too.
Long Beach Library.
Okay, so library, when we name the actual library, it turns into a proper noun. Okay, next we have gas station. There are so many gas stations. Do you know the name of some gas stations? Proper noun.
Never. I don't even. I have been to gas station, but I don't know their name.
Okay, racetrack. We have Shell.
There's one called racetrack.
Yep, there's Shell, Chevron. Okay, so next time you're with your parents and they put gas, I want you to find the name out, okay? Find out the name. So when you go say, Mom, Dad, what's the name of this gas station? Okay? And next we have store. Now there's a bunch of stores I'm sure you've been to. So what are some names of stores?
I know one, Miss Lugens.
You have a grocery store?
Yes.
Okay.
Target.
Target, Walmart, Target.
Miss Lugens, I have one.
Dollar Tree. Okay. What you have, Joshua?
Miss Lugens. It's chicken.
What's the name of your store?
Walmart.
Walmart, yes. We have Walmart. You have another store you shop to?
And Papa John's.
Well, that's a restaurant. Papa John's is a restaurant.
Oh.
Okay, any other stores?
Walmart.
Super One.
I know.
What you have?
Joe's.
Who?
Joe's.
Joe's, okay. Good. So these are proper nouns of these places. So just like we did with nouns, we took the common and turned them into proper. Common means that any place can have the name. When we say park, we could talk about any single park. But when we say the actual name of the park, it's a proper noun. It's the same thing with person. You just have common nouns of places and we turn them into proper when we actually name the place, okay? So I would like you to really go over this video again. So watch it so that you can get familiar with it, okay? And I have the one from yesterday up as well. So this is our lesson this week in language on nouns of places, the common nouns of places and the proper nouns, the special actual name of the place, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Bless you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and move on to our last lesson of the day, which is phonics.
Phonics. Do I need to get my phonics book?
No, you'll do it after.
We're just gonna go over our chart. Effulgence.
Okay, so I'll go over the sounds and you'll say them after me, okay? Chart 6. CK says in duck.
CK
says in duck.
E says E in me.
E
says
O says O in go.
O says
no.
Y says I in fly.
Why says I
AY says A in pray. ST says and stop.
ST
says
stop.
PL says pull and plane.
L says plane.
FR says fur and frog.
R says
Frog.
TR says chur and train.
R says
and train.
SH says sh and ship.
SH says
And ship.
TH says and thick.
TH says
And this is
TH says the and this.
TH says
and
this.
BL says bull and block.
BL says
and block.
CL says cool and clock.
CL
says cool and block.
FL says full and flake.
FL says full and flake.
GL says go and glue.
L says
GL says go and go.
Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and practice marking long vowels. You can do it, the page. Okay, so let's go ahead and mark. So remember, when there are two vowels in a word, the first one is long, the second one is silent. So let's look at my words here. Okay, how do I mark these vowels in this very first word? It was the 29, I think. Anybody would like to do this one? How do I mark the vowels?
I want to do it.
Okay, go ahead, Avaya. Thank you.
Wait a minute, wait. Okay. Make a line of cross out the E, make a line of the A.
What's the word?
And the word is bake.
Good. Next one. How do I mark the vowels? Kinley.
Put line over the
First E. Cross out this second. What's the word?
feed.
Feed. Awesome. Next one. Faith.
Put a line over the I. And cross off the E.
Yes. Good. And the word is?
Noun.
Good. Okay, next one. How do I mark the vowels? Okay, go ahead, Naraya. Did you just do this? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Put a line on the O
Uh-huh.
and cross out the E.
What's the word?
I got this one, Miss Prudence.
Rope. Good. And the last one. Anybody?
Me.
Okay, let Joshua go. Go ahead, Joshua. How do I mark the vowels? 2 vowels. So what do I do to the first one?
You cross the E, then you
Yes.
make a line on the U.
Yep, and that U says you. So how do I say this word?
You?
Good. Mule. Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and review rhyming words. So remember, for words to rhyme, they have to have the same ending sound. The sound at the end. Not the beginning, but at the end. So I have nest. What word sounds like nest? That est. Nest. What are some words that rhyme with that? Best. West. Good. Let's look at try. Try. What are some words that rhyme with try? Die. What you said?
I said trial.
Well, try and trial, they have that tr, but remember it's the N sound, that I. Try. Die. Not die. Cry. Dig. What are some words that sound like dig?
Big.
Big.
Hick.
Yes.
Miss Logan,
Yes.
I want hick.
Pig. Okay, good. All right, so that's rhyming words. Let's go ahead and do special sound TH on today. Remember, with special sounds, we circle them. We mark our vowels and circle them. So I'm going to go ahead and do the first one. So that's a sharp vowel I and TH. What's the word?
Fifth.
Fifth. Good. Next one, sharp vowel A. Circle TH. The word is half. Next one, sharp vowel A. TH. Word. Rhyme. Half. That rhymes. Next, I have TH. Sharp vowel E.